What were the most unusual legal cases in Roman history? Imagine a courtroom where animals are part of the punishment, or a father can legally kill his son for moral misconduct. Roman justice was full of surprises that reflected their society's values. Roman courts handled many types of cases, from property disputes to political crimes. Trials were often public events in the forum, with judges called iudices who used marked tablets to vote. Legal experts, called jurists, helped interpret complicated laws. The family head, usually the father or paterfamilias, represented the household, but women could also bring cases if they had no male relatives. Women could not serve as magistrates or judges, though. One of the most famous cases involved Gaius Ver, a Roman governor accused of corruption and extortion in Sicily. The prosecutor was Cicero, who made the trial a huge spectacle. Ver was found guilty and exiled, showing that even powerful officials could be held accountable. This case was unusual because it exposed corruption at high levels of government. Another notable case was that of Titus Annius Milo, accused of murdering Publius Clodius Pulcher. The trial was deeply political, with Cicero defending Milo. The case blurred the lines between personal revenge and public justice. Milo was convicted and exiled, illustrating how legal cases could serve political purposes. Roman law also involved dramatic family cases. Quintus Fabius Maximus Eburnus, a senator, killed his son for moral misconduct. The act was controversial, and Eburnus was later tried and exiled because the crime didn't threaten the state. In contrast, when Aulus Fulvius was executed by his father for involvement in the Catiline conspiracy, the act was justified. These cases show how Roman justice could invade family life, especially when the state's interests were involved. Roman punishments could be quite bizarre. For parricide, the pena culli was used. The murderer was sewn into a sack with a dog, a rooster, a viper, and a monkey, then thrown into the sea or given to wild animals. This punishment symbolized complete removal from society and nature. It was meant to shock and serve as a warning. Roman law also used torture to get slave testimony. Slaves were considered unreliable witnesses unless tortured. If a slave was injured during torture, the losing side had to compensate the owner. This shows how hierarchical and property-focused Roman society was. Punishments ranged from fines and beatings to exile and death. Imprisonment was rare and mainly used to hold suspects before trial. Public humiliation, like parading someone through the streets, was common to reinforce social norms. These unusual cases and punishments reveal how Roman justice was a mix of practical law and theatrical spectacle. They often used dramatic acts to reinforce social order and morality. The system could hold powerful officials accountable, but it also invaded private family matters when the state's interests were at stake. These stories show a legal system that was formal, yet deeply personal and symbolic, reflecting the values and social structure of ancient Rome.